Hi, today's little film, little clip thing, whatever you want to call it. Well, this is for Finley and Luke and Monk as well, because I know he's a big Transformers fan. So you guys out there, this one's for you. And we're going to talk about Transformers the movie. And when we say Transformers the movie, we don't mean the Michael Bay travesties that are being made at the moment. I'm talking about the original 1986 animated series sort of follow-on. And it's weird to think this was a big film. This was on at cinemas. An animated series that I really enjoyed as a kid. I mean, it was one of my favourites. Up there with things like Centurions and Mask. And this was back in the days when toy ranges always had an animated series to go with them. He-Man, etc. Because if you think about it, the best way to advertise your product is to put it out there. And put it out there as a cartoon series. So between the commercials for your toys, you've also got another commercial for your toys because it's the cartoon that you're watching. And Transformers was definitely one of the top ones. I think it had a real effect. And it was one of those things where it reversed because it made the toy range better because Marvel Comics were involved in writing the origins of the characters and things like that. So this was, I think, towards the end of season 2, maybe 3 of Transformers, and it was a very brave thing for them to do. I think the biggest thing in it is that it's so good to look at. It's there's some great animation in it for a film made in its day. I regret the fact I never got to see this at the cinema. I only saw this on video cassette. I've watched it on, I think I own it on Blu-ray, DVD, I own it on everything. So it is one of those films that has had a big impact on my life, as Transformers did. But it had such a, I don't know, I don't think the people who were making the toys and making the thing realised just how big a thing it was. Now, spoiler here, I hope you've seen the film. They kill Optimus Prime. Now, that would be like, okay, in the next Avengers film, they kill off Iron Man. It's that kind of thing. And the public were annoyed. There was a lot of very upset. And it wasn't just Optimus Prime they killed. They killed a lot of the regular characters. This was, I suppose it was a little bit naughty of them because they were going to do a new sort of the newer figures. The original figures. Okay, I don't know if you understand what Transformers were, but the original idea of Transformers was that the toy company Hasbro bought loads of Japanese toys, different toys, that transformed. They bought one main range, which I can't remember what it was called, but I'm sure you can Google it, and a few others, and combined them all together and made Transformers. And it really worked for them, and they made a lot of money out of it, and then they got to a point where those toys, they'd run out of them. So they started making their own. And of course, they have to, design their own, and they have to push them out there and make them the most important thing. So Transformers the movie, I think they killed Prowl, Ratchet, Hound. They basically bumped off the original cast, even the bad guys, the Insecticons and things like that. And it upset a lot of children, which it would do. It's, you're killing off favourite characters. But then they brought in new characters. Obviously Megatron, who was the main villain, he kills Prime, but then Prime damages him badly. And he's thrown out into space and with a load of other dying Decepticons. And they're found by Ultra Magnus, he's a good guy. Unicron. I used to have a Unicron figure. And hi. And yeah, Unicron gives them the thing and makes them into new characters. So your old character, it was kind of a cool idea because your old character Megatron became Galvatron. And there was Swoop and Scourge. They were the main two bad guys. And yeah, it started a new range. On the good guys side, it introduced Ultra Magnus, Cup, Blur, Hot Rod, RC, who never, I don't think she ever had a toy in the original ones, and a few other. It introduced new characters, and that's what toy ranges need. It also introduced some characters that weren't in the toy ranges then. I think they became later on. There's the Wreckers, which one of which was voiced by Eric Idle, the leader of them. Obviously, also introduced Unicron, who was voiced by, this is a weird one, it was voiced by Orson Welles, who was, I mean, kids out there today probably don't know who Orson Welles is, but he was didn't direct many films, but the ones he did were very influential on the, go check Citizen Kane out, it's amazing, cinematography wise. But yeah, he was he was getting on a little bit in age, and his voice wasn't as good, so they fiddled around with his voice so that you could sort of understand it a little bit, which is a bit sad. And this was the last film he did. He died not long afterwards. Also, if we're introducing people that do the voices, I mean, it had all the original people there, but it had Leonard Nimoy in it as Galvatron, which was a brilliant sort of. He's got a great voice, and it really did bring some menace to the character. It was kind of weird because Megatron was a gun, and that was always the issue that we I don't know, we always had, because he transformed into a gun that was that big. But in the animated series, he transformed into a gun, and like one of the Decepticons would fire him. So, but as Galvatron, he became like a cannon thing, which was weird. Who else did we introduce? Of course, Hot Rod, who by the end of the film becomes Rodimus Prime. He was voiced by, let me just check. See, Finley, this is what I was telling you. Sometimes I forget names. Finley asked me a lot of questions the other day. He did an interview on me about how I do this. So I hope you're paying attention to this, Finley. Do you know it doesn't have his name on the cast list? That's weird. No, his name isn't on here. Oh, hang on. Well, Casey Kasem's in there. Oh, there he is. Gee, that's a weird picture. Judd Nelson, who, if you ask your mum and dad, was in The Breakfast Club, and he was quite a big actor in his day. But he was the voice of Rodimus Prime. And yeah, he was, this was a weird thing, because they made cartoons after this, and neither him or Leonard Nimoy was in them, which was strange. The other great thing, and this was my real thing for Transformers the movie for years, was the soundtrack. And I wish I could I was looking for my soundtrack because I wanted to read the names off the back of it to you, but it is just such a brilliant soundtrack. They did such a great version of Transformers, the sound, the main theme. And there's Bush in there as well. He did a few, and if you get a chance, go out and look on YouTube. There's some on there. Transformers the movie soundtrack. They are brilliant. Even the Decepticons song is brilliant. The Wreckers song is brilliant, which was sung by the legendary Weird Al Yankovic, who is brilliant. Let's see, what else do we know about this? I remember this as a kid. Like I said, I didn't see this in cinema. I saw it on video cassette, and my mum and dad were going out that night. Now we were going to a show somewhere, and all I want to do, it was a Saturday, and all I want to do was watch this video. Oh, can I just watch it? And I really wish I could stay at home and really want to watch it, but we had to go to this show. And my dad said, you've got like 10 minutes, watch a bit. And I remember sitting there and I watched some of the beginning bits. Oh, and I remember being totally blown away by it, because the animation and the thing of it and the colour, it was brilliant. Yeah. And I remember the next time I got to watch it, the video player messed up a little bit, and it damaged part of the tape. So every time I watched it, it would get to the bit with Galvatron being created, and it would go all wobbly for a little bit. So, but yeah, Transformers the movie. There's different edits of it. I've seen the English edit, and there's an American edit, and the American edit has a few swear words in it. I think they use the SHIT word. No repeating that. Yeah, but it was a real thing of its day, and it had a real effect on me and my childhood, and a lot of the kids of that age. Now we have these Transformer films, and they're just not the same. And I know there's another one out this summer, and I know loads of people will go see it, but I don't know. If you have the chance, have a rummage around. I think you can pick it up in petrol stations for like $1.99, which is sad, but it is a really, really great little animated film. If you get the chance, pick up the original animated series. There's some really great episodes in there. I mean, animation back in those days was a really, like I say, an interesting thing, because everything was a toy commercial. And my childhood and the way I grew up, I suppose, was influenced quite a lot by those. And I was thinking to myself the other day, if you get a chance, have a look at the old He-Man episodes, because at the end of those, and I think they did it on G.I. Joe as well, at the end of it, He-Man would come on and go, in today's episode, we learnt why, and then they'd have a little moral thing. And then at the end of it, go, till next time. And look all serious. So, yeah. But no, Transformers, go out there, give it a chance. So, if you like this video, Finley, I know you can't, because technically you don't have your own account, but I know others of you do. Give me a like, give me a comment, give me a thumbs up, or a thumbs down. I got one the other day. We are the champions. Finally got, means that I've arrived. I know I talk too much in these videos, but that's just me. Have a fantastic evening. Have a fantastic night. Enjoy whatever you're doing. And I shall see you all really, really soon.